Jives Show. Thank you so much for being here. I have amazing guests today. I want to welcome you all to St. Pete Pride. Come on, make some noise. This is the St. Pete Pride edition, Shades of Pride Juneteenth. Listen, I have amazing panelists today. This is the influencer section, and the influencer section that I have today, the panelists, I have the icon, the legend herself, the mother. I'm trying to tell y'all ain't making no noise. I have an icon, the legendary, Leonie Bianchi Blair. Y'all make some noise for her. I didn't forget. I was trying to see if y'all was gonna do what y'all was gonna do, okay? The influencer himself from Instagram, social media, Taylor T, make some noise. Y'all, the entertainer, the world-renowned Diamond Carrington, y'all make some noise. Y'all, the social media influencer, Donat, make some noise. My brother, the social media influencer, Darius, y'all make some noise. All right, and y'all know me, I'm King Jives, y'all know. Come on, make some noise. You know, it's just me. Listen, I want to just thank you all for being here today. It is truly a pleasure. You all, we have so much stuff to talk about today, but we're going to go ahead and get right into it. But while we're talking about these things, I want you all to make sure you go back to the back and support the vote to the table. Make sure you vote black. That black vote matters. I want to make sure I said it right. I got my t-shirt. I got my t-shirt. Y'all make sure y'all vote. Make sure y'all register. If you're not registered, make sure you register. Do all the things, okay? All right. So listen, we're gonna get right into this. These questions and stuff is hot. Am I the only person up here that's hot? Okay, I'm the only person up here that's hot. All right. So listen, I am so appreciative to everyone that is here. Thank you all so much. Diamond got her fan. Her face ain't gonna melt, all right. So listen, we got some good questions today, but I want each one of you all to introduce yourself. We're gonna start with the legend. Leonie, can you introduce yourself?
Hello. Oh, hey everyone. Happy Pride. My name is Leonie. I am known as an icon in the ballroom community worldwide.
All right. Tay.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Dante Hall, aka also known as Taylor T. Social media, Instagram is my playground.
Good morning. I'm Dr. Cassidy Carrington, a social media influencer. I'm also a former national title holder in pageantry. I am also the current reigning Miss Windy City Trades Visibility. That's it right now.
Hi, my name is Donat. I have acting credits. I'm getting back into Hollywood. I also have a YouTube channel. I like to think critical. I have a special type of mess, and I use it to increase my influence on social media.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Darius Lightsey. I kind of step a melting pot of a few things. I am a public health advocate. I am a social media commentator. I'm a shit talker. I'm an MC. I have been a promoter. I've done a few things. And so I'm here to talk about all of that, contribute to the conversation.
Y'all, let's give our panelists a hand. Because I appreciate each and every last one of them for taking out the time this week to just be here with us. Listen, I just want to know, so we can go ahead and just get right into the things, what made you all become an influencer, if you want to call yourself an influencer?
For me, I was the first trans woman of color to be on a competition dance show, which was an America's Best Dance Crew in 2009. And
come on, y'all, come on.
And since then, I felt like it was my job to basically represent ballroom. For many years, we've known ballroom to be mocked. We've known voguing to be like read, and people always have so many negative things to say. And I feel like going on America's Best Dance Crew is like the start of my journey and my job to ballroom and to our community. For me, I feel like it was a natural thing. I didn't like plan on becoming an influencer or a public figure. It was something that was just brought on to me. And I love the fact that my journey is able to inspire so many people in so many different ways. And that's what keeps me going.
Well, my original passion growing up when I was in high school was I was a thespian. I was always into performing arts. And when social media came around, I was in college and I was like, do I really want to go to school for 4 years for something that I know that I'm just naturally born talented? My mom was like, I don't think you should do that. I think you should like major in business and then just do that on the side. So I was like, okay, I'm not gonna go to school to be a thespian. I'm gonna go for business administration. And then Instagram came, and so that led me to kind of like use my acting, singing, dancing talents online, and then it took a life of its own. And it's like I'm doing what I like to do, but not at the level that I want to, because I want to do like movies and TV and stuff like that. But social media has really given me a platform to showcase my, my natural talents, which is that.
For me, I guess I would have to agree with Naomi. And I had inspirations like Jives, and quite a few others that were already there before me. But mine was accidental. It truly really was, and everything has been authentic. And I think what has been the thing that has been consistent for me has been what I say all the time. I don't ever put on a caricature when I get on any of my platforms. The person that you get every time that you meet me is the same person that you will see me out when I'm at any event, out at any pageant, anywhere that you see me, that's the same person. Because at some point in time when you give these people a character, you get tired of being that character. Or what happens when you're having a bad day and you need that time for you. You can't be that character because you still have to deal with yourself. So for me, I think it was just the authenticity that has basically made me my influencer status to what I am now.
Thank you. You sit like a top hat. I'm just kidding. So I first went to Hollywood, and at the time, in like 2014, they were saying that if you want to be an actor, to not get on social media. And that obviously changed with the YouTubers and stuff. And so during the pandemic, I was in Clubhouse, and I got to communicate with so many different people from so many different walks of life. And also it was the George Floyd marching. And I tapped back into this diversity that I had. And I influenced a lot of conversations, made money, got doxxed, and then became a personality, an influencer. And the doxing was this girl, she like outed me as bisexual. And it created this whole story of Lipstick Alley. And no matter what platform I go to, that audience just typically follows me. And I always told myself that if I could tap into an audience to know what people want from me and so forth, that I would use it for good. So that's why I'm an influencer.
So my journey started a little different. I realized that I was an influencer and didn't realize that was what I was. I started out as a host at a nightclub in Tallahassee. And you can say you was around for a lot of that. And eventually as a promoter, not realizing at the time, I would just get on the mic, talk shit, drink some drinks. I would, sometimes I would read the girls and I would read situations. And the situations just so happened to apply to you that I was reading you. And we was about having a good time. And so I didn't realize it then that I was an influencer. And then I got into the public health realm, and I found out that so many people that I knew were dealing with things that were health-wise that were going untreated, and that it was a silent killer in my community. And so from there, I got to work for the Florida Department of Health, came here in 2018, took a job here, and started a podcast. I think we were talking about National Black HIV/AIDS Wednesday. That's how it started. Just talking about public health, how the subject of HIV/AIDS and how it affects the Black and brown community. And from there, it just kind of grew from that to being kind of a weekly thing. We started talking about pop culture and church and everything else. And then, of course, I always have to give homage to my brother Keith Jives. I am a contributor on the Keith Jives platform, and so, you know, I'm over there chatting up with him. I'm also on another network, Pyro Media, on Mondays and Fridays. And every now and then I go down to our brother Ash's platform down at the Conversation on Wednesdays. And so just kind of, you know, I just kind of contribute, you know, with my passion is public health. And I just kind of, but I do like, you know, chatting up with the boys and the girls, everybody, you know.
Y'all, come on, give them a hand. One thing I have learned about social media and whatever platform it is, you become a role model for somebody and you don't have to try to do it. You just become a role model for somebody. Somebody's going to be looking up to you for something and they're always waiting for you to come on the screen. So I know this week I was like, y'all listen, I'm tired. I got to go do St. Pete this week. He was like, you coming on? You coming on? I was like, no. And then so I was like, Auntie ain't gonna be coming on. He's like, Mario, we need you to say something this week. I said, look. They said, we need you to encourage the people. I said, look, I gotta be up here from 9 to 5. I gotta be on the stage. I gotta be talking to the folks. I gotta be working the crowd. I ain't gonna be able to be on. But she was basically saying, because I was lying, right? But she was basically saying that no matter how long you're on the screen, somebody wants to see you, you know? So Leomi is an icon in the ballroom legend. And so no matter what she does, somebody wants to be encouraged by what she does. Tay is an influencer on social media, so no matter what he does, somebody wants to be encouraged by that. Diamond is an influencer by her performance. And I've personally seen it. And people are encouraged by her performances. The same thing with Denai. The same thing with Darius. And it's like, we don't really get to always hear all the time because we're so busy trying to just do what we do. And sometimes when we get the encouragement, we're just like, oh, okay, you know. But I want to ask y'all, how do you feel? Do you feel that you're a role model? Like, any of y'all, how do you feel?
I do. I feel like for me, it's been tough. And for a long time, coming from ballroom, it's been a competition world where it's like, when I came into ballroom, I changed what voguing was. I literally changed the style of voguing, and it was not accepted at all. Instead of them finding ways to teach me, they just kind of like read me, they would read me about my gender, my body type, all these different things. And going on America's Best Dance Crew, the production people, they put this thing on me where they're like, you're the face of trans women. You're the face of this. And I feel like that was a lot of pressure. Especially I was like, what, 21, 22, first time on TV, having to share to the people that I'm trans. Not only that, but I had to dance and do all these things that I wasn't used to when it came to like getting up for rehearsals, specific timings, and when the camera's on, they make you repeat things and they want you to say certain things so they can edit it. I didn't realize all those things. So for a moment, like in ballroom, I didn't understand why people loved me after a while. Because it was like so much hate, so much hate, so much hate. So when people was like, oh, I live for you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. I'm like, why? Because of my talent itself? Like, you don't know who I am. And that's something that I had to work hard in my career because I wanted people to love me. Yeah, my talent is it's undeniable, I'm that girl. But I want people to know what my heart is because I feel like my heart has more than my talent can give. Right. And that's something that I pushed forward. Becoming a role model for me after America's Best Dance Crew was something that I learned the importance of. Because for a while, I never wanted to be in the spotlight. I came on America's Best Dance Crew because I'm like, I'm tired of seeing these artists voguing and at the time they had renamed the dip, the 5,000, and everybody started becoming loving voguing, but not from the scene. So me and a couple of, I wouldn't say they were all friends, but me and a couple of people from the community got together and went on TV. But for me, it was more so like, I want to come on here and show the world this is where ballroom comes from, and this is what it means to us. And it wasn't until after the show, and because I didn't want to sell my trans story, I didn't want to show them pictures of before transition. I didn't want to have them like interviewing my family. I didn't feel like that was my thing. Like, yes, I'm trans, but that shouldn't make me feel like that's what's gonna get me out there. And they hated it. They edited things out and made me for me to look like a bitch on TV. And it wasn't until my first gig after America's Best Dance Crew, which was the With My Hair video, that I was on set with the kids and I realized like, this is gonna change the perception that people have on me. And it's gonna change my life because now I'm able to own who I am. And I feel like if I wasn't true to myself, if I didn't stay true to myself from day one, I probably would have been lost. And my inspiration would have been tarnished. So I love being a role model now. I mean, at times it can be overwhelming. When people see you as a public figure, they think you're public property. And I'm a girl that loves her boundaries, honey. I'm a Taurus, I love my boundaries.
Right.
Yeah. So, you know, I'm a role model, and I'm a role model not for myself. I'm a role model for the underdogs. I'm a role model for the people that can't be heard, the people that can't be seen. And yeah.
If y'all give me 1 second, how did it make you feel being on Pose?
Oh, when I got asked to be on Pose, that was so. I felt like honored that they asked me, but for me, that was a job that I had to prepare for. Because here I am, I've learned to teach dance, I know how to do choreography with voguing, but being on Pose, they took it back. So I had to learn myself how to do old way, so I can teach the people. So it was something that I loved because it made me appreciate all different types of Vogue form, where I probably back then would have been like, you know what he's doing anything? But I fell in love with it. So being on Pose, it changed my life because it made me see myself in a different light. And not only that, Brian Murphy fell in love with me as a personality. The people that have been around me, yeah, I took my keys and all that. So he was like, I want you to be a part of the cast. And that's how I ended up being in Florida for Rosity on the show. So yeah, you never know.
This, when I say legend and icon, this is what I'm talking about. This TV personality right here.
Okay, I haven't reached that level yet, but I have received like tons of messages from people saying that I was inspiration, especially from my peers. Like, you know, other like gay guys and youth have told me that, you know, I'm an inspiration to them, that they feel like they can see a lot of me in them, and I take that. And I love that, but I haven't feel like I'm a role model to nobody because I don't like to take that title. I hate that title because I don't want nobody to mimic anything that I do. I do want you to look at what I did and do better, if that makes sense. So I'd rather be an inspiration than a role model for real.
Now, you know, we don't have to go in order. So if you want to grab this microphone and just hit it, go in.
Okay. So I've never really thought of myself as a role model. I'm kind of the same vein as you say, where I want you to be better than me. What I am keenly aware of now that I wasn't in the past is that people watch me. And I think, see, I'm a person, I don't think that people pay me attention. I just do what I do because it needs to be done. And not aware that people are watching you, whether you know it or not, people are watching you. They may never say anything to you, but they're watching you. And so my thing has always been, you better than me, because I'm always happy if somebody is inspired or encouraged by something that I have done. But the other side of that is that you don't know what I had to go through for you to see that end result. You don't know the things that I may wrestle with privately, the things that I just deal with in daily life, that we all deal with things in daily life, but you just don't know. And so I always tell people, like, I've never been on, especially the potty mouth I got. My Lord, I don't want you to know.
Me too. I love God.
You know, because I woke up a bitch out of AZ and back again. But yeah, I just want people to be better.
Me, I never really looked at myself like a role model. but it's always, and I've noticed from YouTube, it's always the older people, oh, you're a role model, you should do better, you know, but I would honestly say, and I like to differentiate when I was an influencer, then became a personality and an influencer. Like, I was severely doxxed for being bisexual on Clubhouse. It was I was out, and it was such a traumatic experience. And I'm the type of person where, like, life is a journey. If you're on the internet, you want to be a public figure, you gotta bear it all. You gotta take the good, the bad, and the ugly. So I was essentially forced to accept my sexuality or just die off of social media and go in the cubbyhole. And I was just like, no. So since then, I think I'm not my sexuality, I am who I am. I am perseverance, I am strength, I am diversity. I feel like, you know, there's this big gap between the Black community and the LGBTQ community. I don't have that issue, and I like to be a beacon of hope for that. But I do have my times because I'm a Cancer, and I say F everybody, I hate everybody, leave me alone. But they know I don't mean it. But, so I think a lot of people just really look at how I react to certain things. Like Jive and I would go through a tremendous amount of harassment, and a lot of times people are just looking. And you know, just imagine going from your sexuality to your personal life, to everything in your past, your severe doxing. And when you can withstand that, like, you become a strength for everybody else. You know how many obese girls Lizzo stand up for her? She can get bullied. She's still here. She's still thriving. She still can smile. Sometimes she goes through emotion. She's an influencer. And you tap into that audience, and I just try to be as diverse as possible. But I am a Cancer. And so when I say F them, they feel that just as much as love as I feel. And, you know, yeah, that's why I feel like if you get doxxed, go through emotions, stand on who you are, be as fabulous as you are, your own skin, you are an influencer. I don't want nobody that's sitting out there that feels like they're not an influencer. We all are influencers. That's just my whole take.
So this is the thing. So even in being an influencer, you have to maintain a level of authenticity, right? And even trying to be a role model, like Gary said, you get tired of smiling, you get tired of trying to like, okay, hey, want to take a picture. Denai said, people want to dox you because you're trying to build, you're trying to do your own thing. Leonie, she came up in the range, you know, she did her own thing, right, you know? And even as a trans woman, you have haters. Real talk, you have haters, that people that don't like what you do, how you do it, and you just minding your own business. The authenticity of it is, you're not trying to be nobody else but you. You're not trying to be T.S. Madison, you're not trying to be Cherry Boom, you're not trying to be what's the Cox girl, you're not trying to be her, you're not trying to be nobody else, you're just trying to be you. You're trying to be the only person that God created you to be. That's you. But you're always going to have somebody out there that is a hater from the pit of their soul, right? How do you maintain that level of just being authentic? Because again, for me, I'm going to be authentic. But it's like when a person keeps challenging my person, I'm like Derek said, bitch, I'm going to cuss your ass all out from the rooter to the tutor, and I'm going to let your ass go.
And back again.
Because I'm like, you know, you get tired of smiling, right? You're like, okay. I'm going to let you go. We're going to keep making a few videos. And all right, you know. Because me and him, and sometimes not, you know, I let them go ahead. I'm like, you know, because again, for me, I'm trying to just maintain a level of, I'm trying to, you know, keep my composure, because everybody keeps saying, you know, you ought to do this, you ought to do this. And I'm like, all right, Mario, you should do this. All right, Mario, you know, you got people looking up to you, and I'm like, bitch, really, I don't give a fuck, you know. And you know, you get tired of that, because it's like, I'm a human being. We are human beings. And at some point, it's like, do we really need to have a conversation? Do we really need to talk? I'm about to pull a Kevin I'm about to pull a
Kevin Campbell.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say right there. I'm about to pull it on you. Can we talk for a minute? Because I really want to reach out and touch you, and it ain't right because I don't want to charge. Am I the only person up here?
No.
Oh, okay. But it's fun.
I'm sorry, but the thing is, talking don't work for some people. Because we tried talking. Talking don't work for everybody. So sometimes there's another form of communication that needs to occur.
Every once in a while. Every once in a while.
Every once in a while?
Yeah, see, I'm not above it.
In the woman.
At all. The only time I'm above it is while I'm under contract. And when I'm under contract, then that means watch out for my children, all my husbands, all my baby daddies, and everybody close to me. Because since I can't do you, baby, they gonna get you from me. And that's every time I'm raining. But once I'm oh baby, don't walk up on me. Because I'm not above it. And that's the thing about it. Most people, because of the fact we get put into these positions and places, this is also the truth about place and timing. This is also the next thing. I'm gonna let you come to my job and think you're gonna touch me. Because I'm gonna let you touch me first, then I'm gonna fuck, excuse me. Did I say that? I'm gonna fuck you up. And I'll take out of it. Because you're gonna do it in my job, every employee is about to get you on the back end. It's gonna be on camera.
But they be capping though, like, because, like, getting down to people saying jump, I'm like, I pull up. You got, please come
Well,
on
the
and get
thing
lost.
is, I work in a nightclub, so everybody can just walk in upon me whenever they choose and feel like it. So when you do it, please know and understand it. Please don't get me at any time while I'm on stage, because then they give me freeway to really get you. I've already done it. There's somebody in Chicago right now that got a lawsuit right now and a couple of charges. You don't play with me. Yes. Yes.
Do you pull the whip out on me?
Yes. And I pulled my knife out.
Oh.
And the police were called.
Oh.
And I walked away without any charges, anybody touching me.
See?
Understand. You play what you want to. I'm not above it. Just because I'm in this position, I'm going to understand the placement and timing, because also they will come and get us and then we get food. And then they want us to pay for the shit. So I'm going to make sure that you fuck up whatever it is, and it's really falling upon you, and they get you in this moment. And it's clear that you was the aggressor. Because I'm going to sit here like the pretty woman that I is. I'm going to be at work performing and then in the mix, so please get me while I'm here.
One thing that I learned with being on sets and, you know, being around the professionals and all that, I come from boardroom, so we don't take from nobody. I don't care who it is. And if you try me, I'm gonna try you. But see, the power in being around like corporate people on set is that you gotta learn how to read them on their level, but they still gagged up. Because when you read them on a stern level, which you ain't gotta curse, you ain't gotta get excited, but you sparking into them with a smile, they can't handle that. But one thing about me that I love, especially being on Legendary, was that I didn't have to be scripted. Like, it's like, Naomi, we want you to be you. And I'm like, I love that. I cannot be a part of gigs. Anytime I do anything with brands, if it's not about my community, who I am, my journey, my story, what I stand for, I'm gonna say no. And a lot of times, I've said no more than I've said yes to gigs. And I feel good about it. I'm not setting myself out for nobody.
And see, this what I love about this is because you have people that really want to try you in spaces because you have trailblazed to be where you are. And people want to think that they, you know, because they have came up during the pandemic. And see, you trailblazed. You trailblazed. Hell, I'm trailblazed. I'm going to say something in a minute.
So I said we all trailblaze. I was just going to say that earlier when you brought that up. I was going to say we all trailblaze in a certain type of way because even with social media, like I feel like I had to water down my content because there weren't a lot of black, gay creators making content. I was making content like those straight guys and the girls. Everybody was mimicking black women. That's what everybody was doing. It was watered down content. I'm just like, this is not relatable. This is not funny to me. I want to talk about things that's funny to me. So when I post it and when I laugh, I know they're gonna laugh. So then that's when I was like, let me stop wearing myself down to make everybody else happy. So then that's when I started producing, like, you know, doing like gay content, I call it. Child. So because it's relatable. And then the people that got it. And my demographic, the women still loved it. And yeah, I feel like we all trailblazers though.
When I'm saying trailblazers is this, and that was good, is that when you work as hard as you work, you have people that come behind you and they feel like, oh, you've been doing this a little minute, I'm new on the scene, I can do it better. And you be looking like, well, bitch, that's cute, but I'm still me. I'm gonna respect you because you knew, but respect me because, you know, you try to be like humble, right? You try to be humble, but bitch, I'm legend. I might come. Bitch, I ain't no Miss Netta and Charles around this bitch, okay? I ain't Charles.
Why you had to Charles?
I'm just saying, I ain't no Charles. Listen.
You know they say they icons, don't do that.
I ain't no Charles. Listen. I ain't no It's like when you have doing this stuff and you have people that look at you and say, well, I didn't drop 1-2 videos, and because people can look at my videos and whether it's good or bad, and I got 100,000 hits, oh, I'm legend now. Well, I didn't put out stuff that's actually content worthy. I'm not putting out stuff that people are looking at and making it a joke or a mockery. I'm putting out stuff and people are actually getting something out of it. That's the difference.
What people fail to realize is that when they do things like that, they think, oh yeah, I'm gonna post something, it's gonna get all these likes and stuff, but it's not memorable. No one's gonna remember that. Like a lot of girls, like in the ballroom scene, they love to say that I'm overrated and all this bullshit, which I don't understand why. But for me, it's like everything that I've done, 20 years from now, people will still remember. And it's not because, oh, it was Naomi, it was because the impact about it overall. Yes. I always represent my community. I always represent, you know, ballroom,
Who's sitting in this chair?
and being trans. And I feel like a lot of times in this community, we work so hard to go forward, to take these steps forward, and then you have all these people that do things that become like typical and stereotype things, and they set the community backwards. And the reason why that happens so fast is because the world will definitely put a spotlight on someone that they think is a key from the community because it's a trans person calling themselves a man, or like, oh, that they don't believe that trans women are women, all this other stuff. The people that are in our community that shun our own people, they're gonna get the spotlight first because there's so much hate in the world. There's more hate in the world than there is love, unfortunately. So they're quick to do that. And it's like, I hate the fact that it happens like that, but it puts a battery pack on my back and it's like, listen, let me put my foot forward and let's give them something new.
Like as a black creator, I just feel like I've had a couple viral moments where like I did this video about Diddy that got like 1 million views on it. Everybody else that talk about him every day decided to make me into content and discredit me and clout chase off of me. Just a couple of days ago, I filmed Blueface father and mother going back and forth about Christian Rock Baby. And now that that moment is over and she's in jail, all of these personalities are attacking me. And I'm like, you know, you gotta be built for it. I'm like, come on, you finna get packed up, I'm finna get your motherfucking audience and everything. Let's go, you know? So you have to have a big backbone for it is what it is, and stand your ground, whether you gotta cut a motherfucker up. Like, you know, people talk that, oh, you come to my house, I'm gonna shoot you from my balcony. It's only one way in my house, we have to do it's a door camera. You know, they do welfare checks and doxing, and police came, hey, I'm scared for my life, somebody come to my house, I'm gonna shoot them. Exhibit 1, might get out of jail free card, you know? So you gotta stand on that, and when people know that you will do that, they won't even violate you. They'll just keep it on mind, they don't mind it's on mine. You got the same person with 30 devices, writing 30 different comments, trying to get under your skin, and you think it's 30 different people, it's the same person.
Speaking of, because Naomi said this, because we are same gender loving individuals, whether it's...
No, she's not saying gender loving.
Not all of us.
No. No.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
Get your
No,
politics.
he's bisexual.
Oh, no.
Oh yeah, I'm about to say.
We're under the umbrella.
Okay.
We're under the umbrella.
Okay, let me just say, we're under the rainbow children. Rainbow children.
Hello? Because if you really want to get there, trans should not even be up under sexual orientation. That's gender identity.
Yeah.
Because you can also be trans and be a lesbian, or you can be straight. So it's a big difference. That's just another conversation.
Okay, that's another
Within
thing. Oh, okay.
Within itself.
I'm gonna change my position. Okay. But you know what? We get attacked by our own people. And the thing is, like I said, first. And because we get attacked by our own people, it's like you try to take it because you don't want to sit out here and become a scene, because they take that and they say, oh, look at them. They're causing so much destruction in their own stuff. They don't need this, they don't need that. So it's like, it's hard to really sometimes uplift your own people because it's like they really don't want it. You know, you try to create content to uplift your people because really that's what we need. We need uplifting content for our people, but it's a battleground at the same time because it's like, damn, I wake up, it's another bitch out here saying some shit, and it's like, I don't even want to make no more shit because it's like, if I'm trying to do good, you know, showing the goodness of what we do as people, because we're humans, we're human beings that have personalities, thoughts, feelings, and it's like our own people don't like what we do because we built something for ourselves, and because they don't have what we have, it's like individuals feel some type of way about that. So let me give some background to that. So we were just in the politics and advocacy. So they were, making jokes about, some of us come from out of the church. Some of us came out of the church without in Christ. So I was never kicked out of the church without in Christ. I'm an elder in the church. And so I decided, free will, to come out. Now, I was never running around with tutus and rainbows and shit like that.
Why not?
Yeah,
I mean, but if you had, I mean.
You saw you last night.
You know.
That bodysuit.
But the girls loved me though. So I never really had to come out. I came out because it was some scarecrow looking ass bitch that felt some type of way about my freedom of being able to be authentically me. Now I had a boyfriend in the church. I just was never open about it. And so it was, I'm exposure. I was like, bitch, first of all, before you do it, I'm gonna do it. And I'm gonna put my own shit out, and I'm gonna tell the world. And when I did it, the old girls was like, no, Mario, why you had to do that? And I was like, well, bitch, I don't need y'all trying to see my scandal or a scandal on the news or on the web before I do it. Well, for somebody else. So I'm like, I'm going, this is my story. It was never like, oh, he wants some pictures. No, it was never that. It was just that this is what it was. This is my story. This is authentically me in a space of so-called straight people. Because, baby, the church.
I think everyone knows.
Okay, the church, baby, seriously. We can do this all day, every day. And so it's like, everybody wants to say, oh, Mari, you're mad because the church don't accept you. But what you fail to realize is, every one of us could walk in the church, out the church, and go in there and come out and won't even have a problem. Naomi could walk in and walk out and get a man without a problem. Why? Because they like what they see. I can go in there and come out and I can grab somebody. I got a man though. But they like what they see. You get what I'm saying? And the thing about it is, it's like people fail to realize is that in the church, people like to, and I'm making a segue with this, people like to hide behind religion. They like to hide behind the Lord. And so people sit out here on the internet and say, oh, you got kicked out because they don't accept you. or you got kicked out of something, a government or something, because they don't accept you. No, I decided to stand on something that is true to me, and I accept myself, and I got a platform, and I grew my platform because I accepted myself, and the people that followed me is the people that followed me because I accepted myself, and I empowered them to accept themselves as well. So whether they were gay or straight, they learned how to accept themselves. So the reason why I talk about authenticity and being a role model is because when we learn to accept ourselves, we empower other people to do the same thing. We empower other people to, if we empower ourselves to love ourselves, to be who we are, to do what we do, so that other people can do the same thing. And so that's why I asked all of us on the panel, like, how did you get where you are? Because again, it took something for Leonie to be who she is. It takes something for Diamond to perform every time. It takes something for all of, okay, so I don't know what y'all pronouns are. I know what mine is. So I don't want to put my age out here, so I'm gonna say this. In my age now, I don't know what the fuck I am. I'm just gonna be me. So in my age now, I'm just me. I don't even want to say gay, straight, bi, queer, whatever. I'm gonna say queer. How about that? I'm a queer. Is okay? Can I say queer? Can I say queer? Okay, I'm queer.
That's what you identify with. You know, I personally, I don't too much care for that word because I grew up in the South.
Is it bad?
Well, I will say that their words have different meanings to different people depending on where you come from. And where I'm from, that word was a fighting word. That was not an Indian.
Well, you know they be changed,
So
though.
yeah. But I know when I hear it, I personally don't identify with that.
You know, amongst us, you know.
Yeah, because it takes me back to when I did used to hear it. And it takes me back to a place that I don't want to go to. So I personally do not identify with that word.
Well, you know, I'm just saying, I'm being silly when I say that. Okay, I'm being silly when I say that, because I don't want nobody to get loose with this shit and think you're gonna roll up on me and say, hey, queer. No, don't do that. Don't do that shit. Because I'm gonna do like that, I'll pop your ass, you know. Just know it was warranted.
That happened to me recently in an interview. I was doing an interview and it was like, so Leonie, as a queer person, I'm like, I'm not queer. I'm a cis hetero trans woman.
Say that one more time.
I'm a cis hetero trans woman.
One more time for the folks in the back.
I'm a cis hetero trans woman.
Okay. What else happened?
Oh, I just told that I'm not queer. I couldn't answer the question because I can't.
She's a woman.
I can't speak for queer people. I can speak for women of trans experience. That's a different situation. Yes. But I can't even speak for all because trans is a journey on its own. And that's what a lot of people, they don't realize. They think trans is just one way, one train. It's like, no, baby, you can take whatever train.
Trying to see what I identify as?
No. So how do you feel in this experience of just being I can't tell you what you identify, but whatever you identify,
how do you feel in being, whatever it is, in being in front of the camera as an influencer?
Oh, well, you know, I'm a very confident person. I come from a big family, they accept me. I identify as a black, gay, cis man. Can I put fine in there too? Can she put fine in there? I don't have no problem telling somebody I'm gay. I mean, I'm mass presenting, so I'm saying most people don't know I'm gay until you know, until Beyonce come on, and then, you know, I'm twerking and I'm switching and I'm popping and stuff. But honestly, and it's none of their business, but if they ask me, because, you know, people are nosy, they'll be like, are you gay? I'm like, yeah. What's he? And that is my answer.
Anybody else?
I don't know. I'm non-binary, gender non-binary.
You know about neighbors?
Yeah. But trans is gay.
Trans is
not with it. All of that is secondary for me. Because I don't really lead with my personal life. That is my personal life still. So I do have a level of decorum and respect because I do understand the platform that I have. But at the same retrospect, my personal life is my personal life, and that ain't what I share. I share everything else, just about everything else.
You do.
Except for the bathroom and the bedroom. But that is my honest limitation. Bathroom and bedroom are those two places where it's like, okay, now y'all ain't going with me now. I'm most definitely not taking you with me. Now we can share an experience, I'll talk about it. But no, that would be so. I don't really lead with my gender or my sexuality because I want that to be secondary. And also with truthful speaking, because of the fact I also come from a church background, realistically, that normally is the secondary thing that people think about. And that's kind of the grass. While most times, and I say it publicly, we're free. I'm probably the first drag queen, the first trans, the first non-binary that you're gonna sit and watch, and it's not immediately that judgment. It's something else that catches you and makes you sit there with me. And that's the part that I'd rather you stick with than you try to figure out everything else.
So you go to church? You go to church?
Not no more, but I'm affiliated still.
Me too.
I'm still affiliated. My name's still on the road.
Me too.
I still spend my time.
I don't.
Well, I spend my time.
I know.
Well,
I pay my tithes right here.
Well, they go there too. They go there too. But I still pay a tithe. I do have one of those membership.
I'm Pastor Mayman.
So this is interesting to me because I am actually very active in my church, and they know. I don't think I'm a person that walks into a space and presents with my sexuality. I'm just me, you know. And the only time you're gonna really get that portion of me, baby, is you trying to enter these gates. You know, if you want to walk around here, then that's a whole other conversation.
Well, that can go to church.
But yeah.
That can go to church.
But I think with understanding with church, I do kind of have a policy where I'm very limited with people that I worship with. If I feel like if I can't share my whole authentic space with you, I kind of keep you over here. Like I'm not gonna let you into my life. We're not gonna be social media friends. We don't need to text outside of church. It's like, hey, sis, when I see you on Sunday, hey, how you doing? You know, hey. Yeah, you're looking good. You know, first lady, you looking good. You know, like, girl. You know, but I just keep folks separate. You know, everybody can't occupy the same space in your life. You have people that can occupy all spaces in your life, and then you have people that just occupy certain spaces. And I think and I realize when I come to church, I'm not going to church for anybody but me. I'm not going there to be friends. I'm not going, you know, I don't need a kumbaya moment. I'm coming to have an experience with whoever I believe in. You know, and so for me, I just keep it very simple. I'm one of the kind of people, I come in, I sit by myself. Baby, when the benediction is over, I'm probably the first person out the door. I don't linger around. I don't want to hear about church gossip. All this, because I don't want you in my
I will tell you.
Yeah, but if you tell me, I'm gonna listen.
And listen.
I actually agree with you when it comes to just like, I feel like mind the business and pay with the devil. I used to identify as bisexual, but I really think I'm non-binary just because I don't completely agree. I'm more conservative in nature when it comes to blurring lines between gender expression and sexual orientation. But since it's here and I can't stop it, I feel like I'm non-binary. I like to be sneaky. I get what I want. I fuck what I want. You know, but it's not about that. I don't lead with my sexuality. I try to lead with my personality, charisma. I try to make other people happy and stuff. I don't want people to say I'm gay because I might do this from time to time, which I don't. But I don't want people to look at body language or expression and confuse that with my pronouns of sexual orientation because the gender expression is the expression. I feel like we can manipulate hormones when we can't, like, you know, sexual time and stuff. And I don't want to get too deep into that because I don't want to offend anybody, but I'm non-binary.
Okay, non-binary.
I'm right sneaky.
I'm just a missionary.
And pan, yes, and pan.
You what? You got pans?
No, and pan.
You got pots and pans.
Listen, we can be
I'm playing.
and pan.
I'm playing with her. Listen. So listen, here's the next thing. What is a Now I asked you this earlier. As a content creator, what are some of the biggest challenges that you face? Now Leomi told me she is not.
Yeah, I'm not a content creator, because if you go through my stuff, you're not gonna find stuff where I'm like putting up a camera and like, you know, doing what I need to do. Like,
The world recorded you,
You're
but
not-
you didn't.
yeah, that part. But for me, it takes a lot to content create. Like, even getting on TikTok and recreating your own things to edit and choose music and do all of that, it takes a lot. And for me, that's not my personality. I'm not gonna get up and feel groggy and haha every day. But I do get on my live and I like to show my real personality. Like, through COVID, like that whole COVID situation, I used to go on live and share about my own mental health and things that I was going through, because a lot of people, they want to act like everyone's so perfect, and especially when you're a public figure, a lot of people don't want to talk about their problems. Everyone thinks that they're so perfect, and I'm like, bitch, who the fuck wants to be perfect in the first place? Excuse my language. And for me, it's like, the more relatable I am to people, I feel like the more they'll learn, and the more they're inspired. And I learned through COVID, like, to share whenever I was going through my ups and downs, going through depression, going to seek therapy, and even enforcing people to go seek therapy. Because a lot of people, even for me growing up, when you think therapy, you think crazy, you ain't right in the mind. And I had to learn that, like, therapy is actually kind of like your manager. It manages your life and the things that you can't deal with because maybe you don't know how to. And sometimes we get overwhelmed with the world and stuff. Kudos to the content creators out there. Y'all be doing y'all ones and twos. This is not for me.
I'm gonna ask this one more time. As a content creator, outside of Leomi, who ain't creating no content, what are some of the biggest challenges that you face? Because I'm gonna tell you something, I'm like Leomi, I'm about to say fuck this shit, and I'm about to go grab this old content and chop, well, I'm doing this now. Chop this shit up, be like, here you go. There you go, right there, shit. What's some of the biggest challenges that you face?
Well, me, since I'm actively, content creator, I'm gonna say the top 3. One of the main things is consistency, because you can have a viral, everybody can have a viral moment. Okay, so what you gonna do with it? Are you gonna post tomorrow, next month? Are you gonna plot out this scheme to stay consistent and relevant? The second thing I feel like is originality. A lot of people copy other people. TikTok is basically a whole app of mimicking somebody else's audio. Nobody's original no more. And the third thing is, I would say, is being transparent. I mean, you ain't gotta share your life, but I feel like that's what makes you human. When you're transparent, because everybody like to post the good stuff. You have hard days, you have bad days, and nobody never talks about that. And when I say transparency, I normally would I be telling people when I be having bad days, like, if you look back at when I had an addiction, I posted it. They was like, dang. But the thing about being transparent, it can't come back and bite you in the ass. You gotta have tough skin as well. I say that's the fourth one. Have tough skin, because people will use things that you post for ammo to get back at you. And you were like, I willingly share this with y'all to show y'all, like another side of me, but
I would guess the hardest parts, I would agree with consistency. I agree with the fact that I do not like or enjoy doing it. It is draining. Because it winds up consuming our lives. Most people don't realize being a content creator, most of our time, just to produce one thing, it has went in either weeks, if not months of planning. Yes. The amount of takes that it takes us to do when it's something that's scripted. Just like when it asks us to do the 15-second fucking video. You know how long it took me to do that before I even started that online show that night? It took me maybe 20 minutes just to do that doggone 15 seconds. Yes! But this was the worst part. I didn't have a script, so I was doing it based upon the fact of all of what you're supposed to, all your points, say what you're supposed to say and get it done, right? But baby, you know how long it took?
Do you know how long it
And
took
I did that on live.
here?
Yeah, I did that live though. And let them see and experience how many takes it takes to really produce some of that stuff. And just the reality of it, it drains us to the point to where we don't really have those outside social lives. Like most of us, it's the truth. We have to make time for ourselves to go and do certain things. We limit ourselves on actually having, I don't know what y'all. I saw a holiday with my family in maybe about the past 8 years, and COVID helped that. But honestly, I'll be content creating or working most of those days. Or, you know, finishing up, I don't think about holidays, birthday parties, weddings. Content comes first, so a lot of this stuff, just as a personal life, we miss out on. And or it's consumed with us having to limit how much time we are giving to those things to make sure we are still producing in a timely manner or finishing the projects that we already have coming up.
You know, as a person who, that's my sister, Diamond gets on and she has like thousands of people that come on her live just to see her put on her makeup. Like, there's all different types of content creators up here. And people get on to see her wash face, to see her put her makeup on. And they enjoy that. Not realizing that she has good days, bad days, and if she having a bad day because she gotta go do a show, she will cuss your ass out and be like, bitch, listen, today ain't good. Alright, listen. Bitch, what you said this motherfucker come in?
You were warned though. You were warned.
Alright. Tread lightly.
I get fair warning. I get them.
But moving on, because we're living with time. What, and futuristically, where do you see yourself in the next couple of years? Because it's changing. And you know, for us as black content creators, not just black content creators, but black umbrella content creators. There you go. I would say that. Umbrella content creators, it changes for us even more. So, how do you see yourself moving forward, and what do you see yourself doing?
I definitely don't want to be dancing in another 10, 15 years. No shade. I don't mind doing the teaching, that's okay. But to be performing and doing that, probably not. I'm really pushing more forward into modeling more. I feel like because I've been such an intense and my dancing has been such a big part of my life, they kind of don't see that part yet. So I have to work, I have to do some shoots and get out there and push a little bit more. And I also want to do action movies. Like, I want to get out there and be my own stunt double. Like, I can do it. Like, y'all see Gravity's Mike. So why not? And I just see myself living because, as being a woman of trans experience and being of color, our lives are taken left and right. You never know, baby. So I just hope to be here and alive and still kicking. No shade.
I think for me, I started my own platform at one point, and because it was not really my center focus, my center focus has always been public health advocacy. I think that's what my calling is, and I think I have also found my calling in helping to contribute to what others are doing. Like, I'm on the King Jives platform. I love being on that platform and helping contribute. We've had some moments.
Yes, Lord.
And being able to contribute to those moments. And so, at some point, I would like, one of my goals has been, I would love my own show again, but something that really centers around that public health advocacy, that centers around the issues that everyday people deal with. Specifically, if you're under the umbrella, there are so many issues that impact us. That we need to be having conversations about. It's not always about reading somebody, although I do love that. A good read. I love a good read. I love a good book. But having those conversations, dialogue about things that all of us are dealing with in everyday life. So that's kind of where I want to go.
For me, depending on how many years we're talking, if we do a 500, that means 2 more national titles done. And almost near the point of retirement for pageantry. Well, at least black pageantry. Because it's only for so much more I want on our side of things. And then slowly moving into maybe management or ownership or something as far as system or something. But that truly is where I want to be, and then end all that it will be actually some type of my own establishment.
5 years from now, more than likely to have my own production company, and set plans. Like I'm going to be studying with Wilson as an acting coach. I don't care if I ever work in Hollywood again. It's not going to be where I'll be for my own plans. I take the skills, the tools, study, do social media influencing to make sure the money's coming in. 5 years from now, I got scripts and stuff that I wrote 4 or 5 years ago that I'm still working on. So I definitely want my own. I'm not the type of person to put myself in a situation where I'm codependent upon anybody, because tomorrow's not promised. You're not promised to be here. I'm not promised to be here. So I just always focus on independence and individuality.
I see myself opening a talent agency actually, because I feel like, I'm only gonna be fine for so long. Might as well help somebody else out. And I have the eye for it, you know what I'm saying? Like, I grew up in, theater, dance, singing. I'm pretty sure I can spot the next Beyonce, So, longevity is in, give back to the people.
Okay. See, the reason why I'm asking is because in my platform, and I created like 5 or 6 YouTube pages, right? And they have thousands of followers and subscribers. And I did that becoming controversial. And in this journey, and I'm calling it a journey, I've helped a lot of people out. And I did it because at one point in my life, I was selfish because I was worried about somebody taking my place. And then at some point in life, I was like, fuck it. Somebody gonna probably take my place anyways, I can't be here forever. And I'm not talking about dying. I'm saying I'm not gonna be the King Jives forever. So, you have to teach, and which I did, and you gotta tell somebody else how to, do what you do. So what advice would you give someone in how to be the next Leonie, the next Teddy T, the next Diamond, the next Denai, the next Darius? What advice would you give them?
I would give them the advice that I took. Well, I didn't take this advice, but it's what I did. And just, if you're passionate about something, do that all day, every day, until you get tired. I feel like the more you do, the more you feed your passion, the more places it will take you. For me, had I stopped Logan maybe 10 years ago and just paid and found something else to do, I wouldn't have been able to say that I was the first trans woman to do Nike. I wouldn't be able to say that I did.
Come on, y'all, come on.
I would never be able to say that I did legendary. And I feel like a lot of people, they take their passion or their gift as a joke sometimes, and they don't really do it for themselves. A lot of people, they perform based on likes and based on what the people like or what they don't like. For me, I didn't care about that. For me, I loved Logan, but Boom seemed paid me for it, and I learned to perfect it to where now they love it. I fed my passion in different ways, and I learned to evolve my artistry also in different ways. Because competing is one thing, then being in front of a camera and you have to do all this dancing in front of the camera where it's you're not at a ball, you're not competing. You need to see your lines, you need to see where your face is coming in, you need to see how your legs look and how your body is. And that's what I would tell somebody, just take your passion serious and do it. Get addicted to your passion, honey, no shame. Yeah. Do it, and don't worry about what other people say. Don't worry about whether you're gonna get big overnight, because that's another problem with the people nowadays. They do something, and because they didn't get the same recognition as the next person, they'll give up. And it's no. I learned how to Vogue in 2003. I got on TV in 2009. I didn't get my flowers until the past 6 years, 7 years. So I've been in the industry for a while. And when you least expect it and you think you're gonna quit, that's when it's your time to go. So yeah, don't give up and feed your passion.
You really answered that. Very good. I'm just gonna piggyback off that. I would just tell the next person that would wanna, like fill my shoes is like, just keep practicing your craft. Whatever your craft is and whatever you're passionate about it, practice really helps you perform, and like, you gotta practice to perform.
I guess my advice would probably be, whatever you choose to do, make sure that it's something that you are able to do and do not mind doing for free. Because in the beginning, you will do a lot for free. And even once you pay your dues sometimes, you still will be working for what is technically free. But the payoff truly is, if it's something that you truly love and is truly near and dear to you, the payoff comes in so many other ways. Truthfully speaking, and this is from the beginning, high school, I was told things because when I started playing in the little girl shit and playing makeup and things, they told me then, that ain't no real job. You will never be able to live a sustaining life. And I laughed my ass off for the past 8 years to my cousins because I wanted to maintain and travel the world, and it's given me so many things. And yes, it's been many times where those nights were free, but now it's worth the labor that you paid into. So make sure it's something that you really do.
First, let me give credit to Martin Luther King Jr. Everybody know him for the I Have a Dream speech, but I cherish him for the What Is Your Life blueprint. And with that, I just say, fine, whatever you're doing, do be the best at it. No matter if you're a street sweeper, just sweep it the best, like nobody else can compete. Find a blueprint that works for you. And stick with it. And every day that you make a mistake within that blueprint, say, I'm going to change that and that's going to be next time. And don't be afraid to push your boundaries. I can't tell you how many times I've been in acting class and I know the dialogue. I'm in my head thinking I'm going to forget the dialogue, but I know it. And I perform my best when I just completely let go and black out. I know it. This is it. I'm in the moment. And look for opportunities to tap into that dopamine within yourself, because if you don't, some institution, some think tank is going to extract that emotional component from you, own it, and you're going to be thinking you're free, but you're literally living in a prison of your own thoughts because you needed somebody else to come in and tell you and convince you to be great instead of believing in yourself.
That was good. I would say, be okay with being who you are. Because if you're not okay with yourself, nobody else is going to be okay with you. Understand that if you choose to be in the public eye, whether it's social media, whether it's anything, that you are subject to be attacked. It's the sad reality. Once us sitting up on this stage, or us being on platforms, us being on social media, you working in community, because you do that, you are subject to attack. I'm not saying it's right, I'm saying that's what it is. Understand that you're going to have a tough exterior. Understand that some stuff you're going to have to just let roll off your back. Other times you need to know when to let a bitch have it. You got to know how to read the room. You got to know in those rooms how to react. You can't have the same reaction in every room. You got to keep in mind your goals and where you're trying to go and your purpose. Because if you don't understand your purpose, nothing of your purpose is your foundation. If you don't have that foundation, if it's not firm and it's not set, nothing else is going to work. You can't build on something. You can't build on shaky ground. So you have to have that purpose.
Before I say, y'all give all of them a hand. Before I say my thank yous to each and everybody for being here, I'm going to say this. In my years of being and creating content, what I have learned is that people will do their best to create and dig up what they think they know about you. I don't care what they see on the internet. Because one thing I do know about the internet
It can be in the newspaper. It can be a lie. You have to maintain, and you gotta just keep going. And I heard this from Michelle earlier. You gotta keep being your best self, even when you don't want to be. And it's hard. It really is difficult to be to try to be your best self. Cause some days I do want to just get on every day and just cuss. And if I could reach a bitch, that's what I want to do. Auntie, am I lying? I want to just reach a bitch.
You want to reach out and touch
Reach
somebody?
out and touch. You know, I reach. No legs. I just no legs. Just reach out. You know what I'm trying. But it's like at some point, it's like I didn't get here by staying focused on the nonsense. And as I was for the past couple of weeks, I was going through a lot of the stuff that I put out for years. And I was like, dang, I did that. Oh, I did that too? Oh, I helped that person. Shit, I did that too? Oh, wow. And what I realized is, it wasn't about the money. It wasn't about the cash apps. It wasn't about PayPal. It wasn't about anything. Because before anybody was donating or giving anything like that, it was about what you did for the people. You get what I'm saying? The reason why you built and your name became what it is because it's what you did for the people. The reason why your platform became big is because of what you did, and that's why the people loved you. So I'm looking back at all my content, I'm like, oh dang. So I'm saying all this to say this. The reason why we're here is because we're influential. The reason why we're influential is because the people love us. The reason why we're sitting right here on these couches is because we're influential. And I do want to just say, at this moment, I want to say thank you to each and every last one of you all, because you don't have to be here, but you are here. And I appreciate that. One thing I do want to say for sure is to Leomi, is that it is indeed a pleasure to have you here. And I want to give you your flowers from me because, again, you are an icon. And not just, you know what I'm saying, because you're ballroom legend, but as a trans woman of the experience, you've done such an amazing things. And to be on TV and to do all those moves and make these amazing things, to do all this amazing stuff, you're still here and you're still fighting the fight and you're alive and well, and that is an amazing thing in itself. And you all, we need to just give her a hand, because again, we're not saying in memory of, but we're saying thank you for doing the things, and we're watching her on TV make great moves. And for that, we just want to just give you an applause for those things. Tay T, thank you that we can watch you each and every day. Diamond, thank you that we can click on Facebook, YouTube, whatever. Denot, thank you for giving us the tea each and every day. Darius, thank you for being an advocate for health and wealth and for all those things. I just want y'all just to stand up and give my panelists a hand today. And I just want to say thank y'all again so much. And I appreciate you all. Listen, you all can find them on social media, on all those platforms. Thank you all again for coming out and supporting. This is King Jives Show. I am Demario Jives, aka King Jives. Thank y'all so much.
Everyone, please make sure that you please stick around for the Black and Brown Trans panel at 7 p.m. Giselle Barbie Royale will be the moderator. We also have the Black Girls Rock performances going on in the main room, and we do have some food vendors that are set up outside. So please, walk around, patronize. We appreciate you, and please, everyone, please make sure you're here for the honors ball. 9 p.m., 8,000, and cash prizes are being given out tonight. You do not want to miss it. Thank you.